Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about things that I no longer skimp out on. For a long time, I, would buy the cheapest alternative to something just to save money. At least I thought I was saving money, but it didn't always work out that way. And there were things I would skimp out on because I saw them as just an expense and didn't think it was good value. Uh, and I was probably wrong most of the time. And well, here's 5 examples of things that I never ever skimp out on again. Number one is the acquisition or the acceleration of knowledge. So courses, books, you name it, anywhere where I can find knowledge. And when I say books, I don't mean science fiction. I mean actual, educational books or books that have a specific topic that they want to teach you about, not necessarily university level educational. I never ever skimp out. In fact, if I see a book that interests me, I'll just buy it. It might be in queue for a few months while I finish another book before I get to it, but I just go ahead and do it. Through work, a lot of times I can get courses paid for and just to educate myself that way and get more knowledge or accelerated knowledge that way. But even outside of that, I take courses myself and I just go for it. So education, you pay today's dollar and you will continue to get inflated revenue or inflation adjusted revenue as you use that knowledge. It's very important. We'll never skimp out on it again. Next up are the actual tools. So in this case, both tools like drills and power tools and stuff like that. But just even the microphone and the phone that I'm using right now, any tool in general, I no longer skimp out on because you know what? There's nothing worse than having that tool break right in the middle of a project, and then you have a whole other side quest open up that you have to go replace this tool or find parts for it, which is not always easy. You may not have budgeted for that at the exact moment. So when I acquire a new tool, I research it very well. I choose the one that meets every single specific requirement that I have, and budget is usually one of the last things that I look for. I'm still conscious, obviously. I don't spend millions on tooling, but I'm not buying just, the cheapest tool that I could find, at least not anymore. Next to this would be retirement expense, or sorry, retirement savings. I delayed for far, far too long. Then I started contributing the bare bones strict minimum, which was an employee matching program. At least I did that, but it was too little. I wish I had started sooner, and I wish I had contributed more throughout my entire time. So another thing not to skimp out on. Beyond that, I would say your experiences, milestone experiences, are more important than you would think. And so instead of acquiring new gadgets, new stuff, don't skimp out on your vacation or your trip. Even if it's not that far, just go see something that's a couple hundred miles away from you. Drive to it, book a small room or an Airbnb, and get an experience, make a memory. It lasts for a longer time than commercial products would, and yeah, it definitely contributes to long-term happiness. And then finally, this one here I struggled. I think many people do. I had ups and downs throughout my entire life. Is the triangle of health, I guess. So movement, sleep, and nutrition. Right, the 3 things that contribute most to your health. I stayed up way too late for far too long. Nothing good really happens after 9 p.m. I ate either out of bad habit, not great food, or just out of sheer laziness, and sometimes just to be cheap. My nutrition wasn't always that great, and my workout ethic wasn't always on par. I wish I had worked out more consistently as opposed to, a 3 month get in pretty good shape and then spend a whole year coasting or not really doing anything, and sometimes multiple years, gain a bunch of extra pounds and so on and so forth. And as I age now, I realize that it takes me a lot more work to get back into previous shape compared to when I was in my 20s and 30s. I can tell you that. So had I just maintained with a nice little regime, half hour of doing something every day and mild exercises, mild workout, I'd probably be, well, either better off or it'd be easier today. So that's it. Those are basically the 5 things. Nothing super complicated, but I would say when you're out there, don't cheap out on those. Go ahead, spend the money, call it an indulgence if you want. Second to this, or as a follow-on, I'm not a big believer in cutting expenses. I will never tell you not to buy your avocado toast. You can only cut so much. So savings, when it comes to retirement, which was number 4 on the list, or number 3, try to increase your income. And the very first thing, which was the acquisition or acceleration of knowledge, works very, very much in that favor. So increase your income, and all the others fall into place very, very easily. And yeah, that's it. Hope that's a bit of wisdom for today. Please like and subscribe.